You guys up here shortly. What is up? What's happening? Super excited for today. I have some rock stars that I'm going to be bringing on here to help you with your sales, help you with your leads, help you with your life. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. We should be charging admission for this, but it's free 90 free. So LATSGO, Spirit Fingers, let's make it happen. So drop me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. And I'm going to give away, you know what, since this is kind of, we're talking about marketing, I'm going to give away some copies of our Persuasive Headline booklet. It's 90 compelling video headline formulas and examples to help you stop the scroll, to help you get more people on your stuff. And so feel free to share, drop me a comment that you shared, and I'll pick a few people to win big time. It'll be awesome. So let me know. Click that share button, drop me a comment that you shared, and I'm gonna pick a few peeps to win. Delray Beach in the house. What's up? Okay, so I see Laura Mancada Flores gets one of our Persuasive Headline booklets. Let's see. Diana Tinker Parker gets one of our Persuasive Headline booklets. Patty Allred gets one of our Persuasive Headline booklets. And let's see. I'm going to pick one more for now. I might pick more later. We shall see. We shall see. So if you share, drop me a comment that you shared. You could possibly win a prize. And if I said your name, shoot an email to support@higdengroup.com. Okay. All right. Lisa Cooper Byram gets one of our Persuasive Headline booklets. All right. So we are not going to dilly-dally. We are going to hop right to it and make it happen. Super excited. So again, got some rock stars on here, and I'm excited. And I'm gonna first bring out friends of mine, friends with an S, friends of mine. And you know what? Let me try something first, because I would prefer to have everyone on at once, but I don't know what it looks like. So let's try this. First, let's give a big welcome to Leo and Jordanna Espinosa. Leo and Jordanna.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey, Ray.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
We are doing great. We are living the digital nomad life, and we have left our home in California. We're now living in Cancun, Mexico.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to get to that. I'm going to test out, because I got two more rock stars to bring on here. I have Mr. John Melton and Mr. Christopher Hussey. What's going on, Christopher?
What up?
See your video.
Ray's frozen. What's up, John? What's up, Leo and Jordanna?
Hey.
We hear you, buddy. We hear you.
We hear you. It looks like you're outside at an airport parking lot, perhaps, or a car lot.
I'm at a Starbucks.
Oh, you're at a Starbucks.
I got my tea. I got my unsweet tea, and it's raining in Dallas.
Yeah, we're not catching your video. Let me drop you and try to bring you back on, because when it's all four, it actually has the potential to look cool. Let me add you back. Not picking up your video, partner.
Oh my goodness. Hold on.
I'll let you keep playing. So, John Melton, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Living the dream. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man. And then, so here's the deal. Yeah, black screen for Chris. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Starbucks Wi-Fi not working out. All right. So now that we're three, all right, we can make it work. We'll make it work with the three, and then Chris will hopefully join us. We'll just have to get really super close. It'd be funny if Nadya was on too, and Jess too.
Right.
We'd all be like,
"Oh, here you go. Here you go."
What is it? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Nice. Very nice.
Got these from Marina's event. Still have them.
Nice. That's awesome. You know what? I kept Jess's. I don't know, because Jess got one from Marina's event too. And
yeah, because in case our wives are out of town, we can just
right,
in bed and
yeah. I don't know where it went though. I feel like I have it right. Anyway, I'm not gonna look for it. Forget it. So the reason that I have these rock stars on is we ran a a little contest, a marketing contest, and these guys crushed it. These guys and Chris Hussey, he did come in the very top place, but all of these guys just crushed it, and they got a bunch of people to Rankmakers Live, which hopefully they've heard good feedback from, and that's great to hear. And so what I wanted to do is have all of these guys share with you some tips to help you in your sales, help you in your marketing, because they clearly are very good at what they do. And so I wanted to throw it to Leo and Jordanna. What are some tips that you may have? Someone's on here, they're using the social medias, and they want to make more sales. What are some tips that maybe you have?
Well, in our case, I think, I know the success that we had was based on
and this would be marketing anything. So
anything.
Not necessarily how you did it, but like what would be some tips? Like if a teammate came to you and said, "Hey, I want to make more sales. I want to make more money on social media." What would be some, one or two tips that you might give them?
All right. Well, everything that we have learned from you, right? Which actually, that's why we are able to live in Cancun now and go and travel the world, because our business is digital, right? So be constant in your social media, and start conversations every single day. It's about conversation.
So how would you start conversations, or how do you guys start conversations? So are these people that don't know, how would you do it?
Most of the conversations are people that we don't know. We're just sending our scripts every single day, being constant about that, and then start conversations with those people that are interested, or we start conversations every single day. And that's one of the things that I really liked about Rankmakers Live. It's not about conversion; it's about conversations, right? And starting new conversations every single day. So that's key.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is for either of you. So let's say someone, I know some people have seen me teach this, but it's great. It's always great to hear from someone else. Let's say that you saw someone you wanted on social media, you wanted to start a conversation with. How would you start it? But you don't know each other. Yeah.
Well, one of the scripts that I use the most is that you don't know me. You're right. You don't know me, but I see that you are from such place, and I'm looking forward. I'm trying to expand my business in these areas. If you're open to see a video, that I just use that script.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're open, and sometimes they're not, and that's fine.
Right. And there are influencers that bash that they're just like, oh God, reaching out to cold message, shouldn't be doing that. And then, it's interesting because of what we do, we see conflicting, we see people achieve success. Like Christina Danielle is the #1 recruiter in her company, and she 100% does that approach. Yeah. And literally no one she recruited was warm market. It's literally every person she did cold market. And so do you get results that way, or do you have any numbers? Like if I reach out to 100, I get 1, or do you have any kind of sense of the scale or numbers?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have the numbers right now, but that's most of my reaching out, and you can jump in.
I know.
I'm sorry. It's just cold prospecting, and most of the times I use that. It's not only that, but also using the other things that you have taught us, right? Doing a story, doing a publish every day, right? Those are together. If you're just prospecting or sending scripts, but you're not doing the other side, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. Or it might work, but not as good as it could be.
You know what? I kind of want to expand upon that, because I think the #1 key to our success in this particular contest too, what we have learned from you for culture. You're creating a culture where small wins and success are celebrated, even the big wins and stuff like that. Just creating a culture which we just celebrate one another, and being consistent with that message over the last 3 years. Promoting the event, it has grown exponentially every single year. This is the 3rd year we've promoted the Rankmakers Live for the Spanish market, And, we've seen the numbers grow each year. And so we've been consistent, and loyalty, like we don't jump from trainer to trainer, and we don't jump from company to company. For example, we have seen that people have developed that trust in us because they know that we're consistent in who we promote and the company we promote, the products and stuff like that. So they know that if they come to us, the message is going to be the same. And so it hasn't been like an overnight success, like, hey, we just showed up and we just crushed it in this contest.
Right.
Like, it was a process of being consistent in our integrity, I should say.
Yeah. And what, any kind of ballpark, like how many are you, either customers or recruits, have you been getting a month doing these steps?
Oh, I would say an average of 5 to 10 people, approximately.
5, 10? I mean, those are great numbers. You do that consistently, and that's amazing.
Something to mention about that. Before that, that was not happening. I mean, that's, you may say, some people I know that do like 30, 40, 50. But for me right now, thinking before doing this to now, it's a huge win.
Yeah.
Right? That was not happening before. So now that it's happening, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
And then our people. So it's not just 5 or 10 for us, but our people now.
Yes.
One of the winners of the Persuasive Headlines, Laura Moncada Flores, that you just named, she's one of our top leaders, right? And she's applied this, and she is just crushing it.
Yes.
Awesome. That's so cool. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay. All right. So I'll bring you back. Let me go next. I'm going to go to, great job, guys. I'm going to go next to Captain John Melton. John Melton, how are you, sir?
Living the dream. Excited to be here. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for participating in the promotion. And, I think most people have seen you and Nadya's success, just crushing it. I mean, you guys are just monsters, just blowing up everywhere. What are some suggestions for, if someone's on here and they feel like they're doing all the things, but they're not getting results? What would be your best advice to help them get some sales?
Well, when it comes to marketing and selling on social media, and we started following you actually back in 2013, went to your event, Top Earner Academy Live. I think it's Teal, right?
You were at the 2013 event?
Maybe it was 2015. Maybe it was 2015.
Well, I know 2015 you came.
2015.
The mastermind.
Yeah, because that's right. We joined the mastermind 2015. Right. But we started building a brand.
Because I had a pretty crowd in 2013.
Yeah. No, it was 2015. 2013, we started building a brand and doing videos and learning about attraction marketing. And, Gary Vee was talking jab, right hooking. And, you were talking about attraction marketing. And we just started to put together our own, way of showing up on social media that worked for us and what we found to be duplicatable. And it was crazy because I even remember when Periscope first came out, doing live videos and, eventually, Facebook Live came out, and just showing up consistently, leading with education, leading with content, leading with value. And you fast forward, 8, 9 years later, it's so crazy to see how there's so many companies now, so many marketers out there that are, leveraging social media effectively, which, back in our day, that was bashed. That was like, taboo. Like, what are you thinking? Like, you're using social media to connect with people. Like, we do belly to belly, face to face, home parties, home meetings. So thank God we saw the paradigm shift. We made a change and started marketing. But, this last 6 to 12 months has been crazy because, this will be our biggest financial year ever, 20 years in network marketing, been with the same company now for 6 years. But, listening to you all those years ago and learning how to teach marketing, not just do marketing, but teach it to our team, seeing the duplication, seeing people generate leads, like for instance, Facebook Reels just came out. Yep. And I have people on my team right now that literally have hundreds of messages in their inbox because they had a Facebook Reel blow up. And before that, it was, Instagram Reels, and obviously TikTok was the original of the short form videos. But it's been life-changing, man. Just, having people that maybe, they struggled because their warm market kind of sucked. Drop it to the comments and let me know if your warm market sucked like mine did. No credibility, not seeing a consistent result in their business. And then they started doing Reels, or they started doing TikTok, or before that, Facebook Live, Insta Stories, and just putting themselves out there, sharing their results, being vulnerable, being authentic, and, figuring out like who they are and who they want to be in the world and how they want to lead with value. I like entertainment. So we like to train, but we like to entertain. You're one of my favorite trainers to listen to because you're always teaching something, but you're hilarious. And I think for those of us that are afraid of the camera or afraid to show up, and here's the beauty. Now you got Clubhouse and podcasts, and there are ways to show up just with your voice. But I still think from a duplication standpoint, because how many of you are in network marketing? Let me know how long you've been in the network marketing profession. I got my phone down here as well.
Yeah.
If you're in network marketing, you need to have simple strategies for duplication, for onboarding, for creating curiosity. And what we've seen that's been most effective are the short form videos, stories. Obviously, now that Reels is on Facebook, I think that's going to be game changing. And it's crazy too, because, still today, Facebook is predominantly our number one platform for building our business. So to have Facebook Reels, so you don't have to connect with people on TikTok and then friend request them on Facebook so that you can add them to a group or, add them to your team chats. It's just so much easier, I think, with Facebook Reels. Now, the objection I'm going to get is people are going to say, well, I don't have Facebook Reels yet. But the truth is, most people that I know now have it. So if you don't have Facebook Reels, I think it's coming out real soon. Like I literally just got Facebook Reels on my phone like 2 weeks ago. So I think that's going to be huge. I had a woman, she went viral. So she was crushing it, Ray, on TikTok. Yeah. But she started using her TikTok videos and just taking those same exact videos and repurposing them for Facebook Reels. Yeah. She went from 1,200 followers in 3 days to 10,000 followers on Facebook in 3 days. So I'm excited about this. And this is like a brand new thing that just launched. So I think that's going to be huge for network marketers.
Yeah. Yeah. We saw that, one of the people that work really close with us, Nicole Dahmer,
yep.
She had one of her videos get like 220,000 views and she's just crushing it. We actually have her teaching that in our, something coming up next week, Guided Go Power Group. Which will be super cool. But like you said, if you don't have it yet, it'll be coming to you. Yeah. We just started uploading them and repurposing things we've already done because we've saved all the, little goofy short videos that I've done, and we're just slowly putting them up there and having fun. That's awesome.
Well, the thing is, it might not do well on TikTok, but it might do well on Instagram Reels, or it might not do good on Instagram Reels, but it might do good on Facebook Reels. So that's the neat thing about it. Like you said, you could repurpose content you've already created.
Right. Amen. Which is awesome. And it's cool too, because they're short. So it's just more portable. It's just easier to do than if you have a big, long, 20-minute Facebook Live that you got to slice and dice and figure out. Awesome. All right. I'll bring you back out, but that was awesome, John. Very cool. I'll bring you back here in a second. And, let's get to this guy crushed the contest, was the number one stud. And I want to bring him out. Hopefully we got his, hopefully we can see him, Mr. Christopher Hussey. Yes. All right. We can see you. Yay.
Best laid plans.
You're a little, it looks a little patchy, fuzzy, whatever you want to say.
Best laid plans, Ray. I'm so today, but I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna dedicate time.
Pull over.
I'm gonna get into a place where I have good Wi-Fi, the whole thing, and best laid plans. Sorry, bro. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Okay, you're doing that now, or what's happening?
No, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm totally focused on you.
Oh, okay. So what? You're frozen. You're frozen for us, but we can hear you.
Here, I'm going to turn my camera off.
Okay.
Can you hear my voice? Is voice better?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Sorry, guys.
So what, same question to you. You clearly understand marketing and sales because you crushed it. And so what would be a person on here? They're trying to get more results. They're trying to make it happen. what would you, what's a simple 1 or 2 steps, 1 or 2 tips that you would give them?
I completely agree with our other guests, with John and with Leo, and it's, for me, it's the 3 C's, and we've been talking about this for over 10 years. Of course, content creates conversations, conversations creates conversions. Content creates conversations, conversations create conversions. And if you understand that formula and how to connect those 3 C's together, it actually gets really, really simple. If you're consistent, maybe we should add a C. Consistent content creates conversations, creates conversions. As John was saying, Facebook Reels is coming out to everybody. You have Instagram Reels, you have TikTok, you have all the YouTube Shorts, you have all the short video, which I know is kind of your favorite thing right now. And if you can create those short videos and capture attention for your marketplace and lead them with your content to and start that conversation, the world is your oyster. That's what I would say. Consistently create content, lead those viewers to a specific conversation that leads to wherever you'd like them to go. I think that's the magic, Ray.
Yeah, for sure. That is a lot of C's. You could go one step further and say creates currency.
Consistent content creates conversations, creates conversions, which creates currency. The 5 C's.
With a bunch of C's.
Bunch of C's.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I want to bring out. Let's see if we can make this happen, where we have everybody on the bus. All right. So we got everybody on the bus, and we're seeing a little bit of you, Hussey. Oh,
there he is.
All right. I think you're real patchy there. But so I want to ask this question for the person on here who wants to really up level. Any books that stand out to you that have helped you? Any books around either sales and marketing or mindset? I would love to hear that. As far as for me, I'm always giving out mindset books. I mean, two of my favorite authors were actually trained by the same guy when it comes to mindset. Two of my favorite mindset guys are Neville Goddard and Joseph Murphy. They were both trained by this very mysterious dude named Abdullah, and who was from, I believe, Ethiopia, and was in New York in like the 30s and 40s. And so the two books that stand out to me as two just really primo mindset books are Joseph Murphy, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Neville Goddard, The Feeling is the Secret. Those two to me are two of the very best I've ever, Feeling is the Secret. I've listened to the audio 10 times, and every once in a while I just revisit it because it's if I had to pick one mindset thing, that might be the one. So I'm just curious, with your guys' success, I would love to hear. We'll start with Leo and Jordanna. I'd love to hear, what's a book that stands out for you? Could be marketing, mindset, or sales.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead. Upon your recommendation, I did download Feeling It the Secret onto my Kindle, because we're in Mexico, so I have my Kindle. All my books are on there. But that has made a huge shift for me. It's just like changing the way I feel about things. And I've been trying it every night before I go to sleep. And I wake up in the morning more energized, happier, ready to tackle the day. I get up earlier. I'm not sleeping in as much, and it's just been. It's the way that I'm happy to wake up, or I fall asleep and I'm happy to wake up. I'm happy to play with my kids. You have to read it to understand it, people. So go read it. That has been the biggest one for me lately. And so thanks for your recommendation.
And it's a quick book. I mean, it's pretty thin.
Yeah. It's not a long read, 60-something pages.
And it's not because we're in an interview with you, but it is true. I just finished listening again to Time, Money, Freedom.
Oh, nice.
And I love it, Ray. It's a great book. Some shifts this time that I read it, some shifts in my mentality, how I think about money. Especially, I I found some things some blogs that I had, right? And as I listened to Jessica, I think, if I remember right, talking about that, it really made me realize that I had to make some changes, that I had some blogs that I didn't realize that I had.
Wow.
And yeah, and the power of the subconscious of your subconscious mind. That I'm listening to that one right now. So,
That's awesome.
It's a great book.
Great. John, I'm curious. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said the coach speaks and we listen.
Appreciate that. That's awesome.
I mean, I would say anyone in network marketing should absolutely read all of your books, 100%. That's a no-brainer because they're very but they're very specific to network marketing, right? But back when I first got started in network marketing 20 years ago, one of the books that rocked my world, and I'll be honest, I'm not a big reader, but I had listened to it over and over again, was Think and Grow Rich. That one, rocked my world. I'd never heard about the 3%, the 97%. And we ended up using the 3%, 97%, other people's money, other people's ideas, other people's efforts in every single presentation we would do. We would talk about assets and liabilities and business ownership and being an employee and just comparing the two. So that one rocked my world when I was 21, my first year in network marketing. That was a big deal. And I would say, some of the authors over the years that have also, really impacted us the most would be like Tim Ferriss, Gary Vaynerchuk, Ed Milet. I really like Brene Brown. So those would be some of the authors, and they all have several books that are all phenomenal.
What's your favorite Ed Milet? Because I haven't read any of his stuff. I know who he is, but I don't I've never consumed anything. Is there any book that stands out of his?
Well, I'll say this about Ed. Well, he's got the what's his thing? Max Out. That book is real good. But what I like about Ed is he reminds me of a humble, more articulate version of Grant Cardone.
Okay.
So nothing against Grant. I love Grant, but Grant can be kind of in your face, and Ed is a little more. I think one thing I like about Ed is he has more of the big picture in mind and thinks differently. He's not just about making money. He's not just about selling. But of course, if it comes to sales, you can't go wrong with Grant Cardone. Some of his books. What was the little booklet called? I know you probably know what I'm talking about.
The millionaire pocket thing.
Yeah.
That was really.
Is that the sales one though? He has one that's like little and short. He has like every objection you could imagine.
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, that one's really good. And the way he overcomes, I mean, literally you can't come up with an objection that he doesn't cover. And then he comes up with objections that I've never heard of. And it's just the way he overcomes them. So he's one of the best, but I know you said only 2, so sorry about that. But those are some of my favorites.
Hussey, how about yourself, man? I know that you've done a lot of studying. I don't know if your camera's game or not, but we can at least hear you.
I am feeling the FOMO, guys. Seriously, with just the audio. I'm so sorry. I feel like a total dweeb doing this. First, John stole it from me. Anybody in network marketing should be reading everything Ray Higdon, period.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
For me, that I always recommend, and it's a tough read. I'm like John. I do read maybe a little more than John, but I'm an audio person for sure. Okay. This is a tough read, but I think the application of the material is completely pivotal, and it's The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. If you can get through that book, it's a tough read for me. I don't know if that's for everybody. It's a tough read for me. I read it about once a year. And if you will actually do what he says in that book, your life will change, period. It will just change whatever's going on, wherever you want to go. I love that book. That's the one I would throw out there. If you could only read one, start there.
Nice. Yeah. I contributed, I wrote the forward in a chapter for his Miracle Morning for Network Marketers. That's cool. And Hal's, what a great guy, and what an amazing story too. It's really, really cool. So Miracle Morning. Well, that's awesome. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Jess and I are honored that, for you to be on here, for that you chose to, promote our event and, share it with other people, and definitely really, really appreciate that. I know some people are asking, can someone list all the books? I won't do that, but someone on here will. I have much faith in our community that someone took notes and will type those all in. And in fact, I'll do something fun. The first person that types all the books correctly, I'll send out Persuasive Headline booklet too. How's that? But I appreciate you guys, for all that you do for the profession, for choosing to, promote our event. I don't take that for granted. I know there's a lot of events out there, including your own company events that you have to promote. So to choose to promote ours is really meaningful to us. And so we really appreciate that. And I appreciate all the value that you shared on here. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys. Let us know anything we can do to help support your adventures.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray.
Give these guys some love, and someone send Chris a Wi-Fi or a new camera or something. I'm not going to let you live this down. But
never.
Give these guys some love. Drop them if you have your favorite book that you want to contribute, or if you've read any of the books that were talked about. Feel free to drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and I just appreciate you for tuning in. So thank you all. Appreciate you.
Later.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys.